Good morning, I'm Peter Sidwell. Welcome to Simply Good Food TV's Kitchens. It is, what is it? It's the 8th of December. It is a Thursday morning. It's raining outside. I've done the school run. I missed breakfast, but not to worry. I want to show you a secret. And it's times like this when I want to do this. Midweek, haven't got too much going on. Nobody else is around in the kitchen or the studio. I want to show you how to cook mushrooms beautifully. Now, mushrooms for me are something that I didn't really like that much until I learned how to cook them properly. So I've got a non-stick pan getting hot here. Let me just get that on the go. Turn that one down. I think it's once you've mastered this, it's easy. You just got to remember to do the right thing. So I'm editing this and cooking all at the same time. So if I'm going over here, it's because I'm cropping in to try and show you what's going on. So, first things first, let's get some mushrooms. Okay, so I've got some chestnut mushrooms here. I really like that. I love wild mushrooms, I love field mushrooms. The key is, though, is getting the water out. That, for me, is the absolute secret to good mushrooms. And, you know, there's loads of water in these. I just bought these from Booths this morning. So, all we're going to do, what I don't want to do is chop them up. What I'm not going to do is this, okay? And slice them so they're like wafer thin. That's no good, alright? We won't use those. We're going to cut them into decent sized pieces. Let me just crop in there. There we go, so you can see what I'm doing. That's it. So I'm just going to take the bottom off there. I'm going to cut them in half. Mushrooms, for me, cooked well, they're quite meaty. And they're quite sort of tasty and, you know, they've got really good texture. Mushrooms that are cooked badly are just slimy. Okay, so we're going to cut them in half. Let me come back out now. So hopefully you guys can see everything that's going on. So I've got the frying pan here. It's just starting to get hot. I'm going to turn that down, okay? And let's cook a few, because do you know what? I'm hungry and I feel like we should have a good breakfast. Mushrooms for me are delicious when they're done well, okay? I've been cooking these this way in my restaurants or wherever I've been cooking for years now, and I haven't really changed the way I've done it. The only thing I personally like is a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in there, but that's not vegetarian. It's got anchovies in, so it's kind of up to you. Right, so let me just go to the pan. So you should be able to see that pan and then mushrooms, and that's it. Okay, so I've got good sea salt. I'm going to actually salt the pan first, which might seem a bit weird. And then let's take our mushrooms, cut side down, and lay them on top of the salt. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay, let me just get them in the pan. Okay, so those mushrooms are all sat. Okay, these mushrooms are now sat on top of salt. Salt is drawing the moisture out of the mushrooms. Mushrooms are absolutely packed full of water. Let me show you this. Okay, look, you can see the water is dripping out of those mushrooms, alright? All that water is your enemy. You do not want that water. That's what makes slimy mushrooms, okay? So we're getting that going. It's starting to bring the moisture out. So we're going to add a touch of olive oil now, okay? And now you can hear it starting to really start to cook. Okay, it's important you don't fiddle, you don't mess about, okay? I'm also going to add a couple of bay leaves because I love them. I'm really into bay leaves at the moment. I'll fish them out at the end. Okay, we've got some rosemary and thyme. And maybe even a bit of sage if you like, are like just perfect matches for mushrooms. I've got some fresh thyme here. It's like indoor thyme, so it's not as woody. Okay, so I'm going to bundle all those up together and just crop that in there so you can see what's going on. Bundle the herbs together nice and tight. Okay, and then just hold the herbs together and just push your knife through. I use Robert Welsh knives here. These are made in Gloucester and they're kind of a hybrid between Japanese and German technology in terms of the edge of the knife. I really like them. They work for me. They're the perfect weight. We teach with them in the cookery school, and that's why we use them. Okay, so I'm going to add in the rosemary and the thyme. Okay, you can add as little or as much as you like. Okay, so have a little look. So they're just starting to cook now. Okay. So I want some butter, and this is what's going to make it all lovely and rich and yummy and moreish. Okay, I'm a salted butter man. Okay, about 30 grams there. Alright. Okay. So I haven't actually put a spoon in there yet. I haven't started fiddling around with it or nothing. I'm going to use this normal spoon. Okay, so I'm going to add the butter in. The water's starting to come out now, and what we need to do is bring the water out, reduce that water away so it evaporates, and you can see things evaporating now, and then intensify the flavour. You do not want slimy mushrooms. That's when their texture is just wrong, okay? We're trying to get the water out, increase the flavour, and make that texture lovely. Okay, so let you just see them cooking there. I'm just going to shake them about, and you can see, look, they're going lovely and golden. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, you can hear the bay leaves just cracking there. That's good, we want that. Okay, I'm going to season it with a little bit of black pepper, and I'm going to let those cook. Alright? I'm going to turn them back onto the cut side. There we go. Beautiful. Right. They are almost cooked. So I've got some toast. Don't know why I'm cutting the crust off, because I was eating. Maybe it's for you guys. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of rapeseed oil, nice kind of buttery oil on there instead of butter. I've got butter in there. Okay, so let's just crop back down in here. I'm going to add a tiny little splash of red wine vinegar. That's it, like half a teaspoon. And then I'm going to take them off the heat straight away. That's it. Okay, got some fresh chives. Going to add a nice sort of savoury, fresh note to it. Okay. You could use parsley if you wanted to. Bob them in. Beautiful. Right. Let's lift that onto there so you guys can see it. Okay. And then we're just going to sit them, all the juices, make sure everything is on that plate. You can fish out the bay leaf, and that's it. Okay, so there's your mushrooms. Let's pop that onto there. Let's pile them all up, make sure they're on top of the toast. That's it. Beautiful. They are my perfect mushrooms on toast.